Welcome, everyone, to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Before we dive into today's video, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE Backlash 2025 was another triumph under Triple H's creative direction, delivering a premium live event that left fans buzzing. The upcoming episode of Monday Night Raw promises to address the fallout from this spectacle, and rumors suggest WWE has big plans in store. Speculation is rife that a major character shift could be on the horizon for a former World Heavyweight Champion, with Triple H potentially orchestrating a dramatic turn. Let's explore the possibilities, focusing on two key figures, Gunther and Seth Rollins. First, let's address the swirling rumors about Gunther, the ring general, possibly turning babyface on Raw. This speculation stems from his actions at Backlash 2025, where he faced Pat McAfee in a hard-fought match. After the bout, Gunther offered McAfee a subtle nod of acknowledgement before exiting the ring, a gesture that caught many off guard. This moment sparked chatter about a potential character change, as it seemed to deviate from Gunther's established heel persona. However, a babyface turn for Gunther at this stage seems unlikely. The ring general has a history of showing respect to opponents after intense battles, a trait that's become a nuanced part of his character. For instance, at Crown Jewel, he displayed a similar gesture toward Cody Rhodes despite remaining a heel. His nod to McAfee at Backlash could simply mark the conclusion of their feud, a respectful acknowledgement rather than a signal of a full-blown character shift. Gunther's current role as a vicious heel is integral to Monday Night Raw's dynamic. The roster lacks a heel of his caliber, dominating, intimidating, and unrelenting. Turning him babyface now would disrupt the balance, especially when WWE can capitalize on his heel persona to fuel rivalries with top stars like Penta El Zero Miedo, CM Punk, or AJ Styles. Triple H's creative team is likely to keep Gunther in his current role for the foreseeable future, allowing him to continue dominating as a heel. After all, his feud with McAfee appears to have wrapped up at Backlash, and stretching it further would feel redundant. Interestingly, Gunther isn't currently tied to any active storylines, leaving his next chapter open to speculation. Some fans wonder if Triple H might give him a brief break, but this seems improbable. Gunther recently took a short hiatus before Backlash, facilitated by a storyline suspension angle in his feud with McAfee. This allowed him to step away from television temporarily, suggesting WWE intends to keep him active moving forward. One potential direction for Gunther is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, set to take place in just 4 weeks. If he appears on tonight's Raw, he could declare his entry into the match, setting the stage for a high-stakes summer. A Money in the Bank briefcase would add an intriguing layer to Gunther's character, giving him a tool to loom over the championship scene. Alternatively, Triple H could position him in a marquee feud leading into SummerSlam, perhaps against a top babyface like CM Punk or Cody Rhodes. Whatever the plan, Gunther's future in WWE remains bright, and his appearance on Raw tonight could provide clarity on his next steps. For now, the ring general's respectful gesture at Backlash should be seen as a nod to his opponent, not a pivot to a babyface role. Now, let's shift focus to another former World Heavyweight Champion who's generating significant buzz, Seth Rollins. Fans are speculating that Triple H might be setting the stage for a monumental babyface turn for Rollins, a move that could redefine his legacy. At Backlash 2025, Rollins faced LA Knight in a co-main event that was as much about swagger as it was about emotional depth. The build-up saw Rollins leaning into heelish antics, aligning loosely with unsavory characters and stirring tension. Yet, during the match, something shifted. Despite interference from Knight's ally, Grayson Waller, Rollins fought with a fire that felt different. He absorbed chair shots to protect the referee rather than exploit the chaos, a decision that resonated with the crowd. Chants of Seth erupted, signaling an organic connection that WWE hasn't manufactured for Rollins in years. Knight secured the win with a roll-up and a handful of tights, but the story wasn't about the result, it was about Rollins' fight, which hinted at a man rediscovering his core. Triple H's creative vision emphasizes long-term storytelling and emotional authenticity, moving away from abrupt swerves with no payoff. Rollins' recent trajectory reflects this approach. In the weeks leading up to Backlash, he clashed with the Judgment Day, a faction he once flirted with joining. Tensions with Finn Balor and Damian Priest grew as Rollins distanced himself from their ruthless philosophy. Backstage segments with babyface stars like Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn further planted seeds of a potential shift. In a recent interview on The Bump, Rollins hinted at introspection, saying, "You can only laugh in people's faces for so long before you start asking yourself why you're laughing in the first place." This cryptic comment feels prescient in light of his backlash performance, suggesting a man grappling with his identity. From a creative standpoint, turning Rollins babyface makes sense for several reasons. Monday Night Raw needs a top-tier babyface to anchor the brand, with Cody Rhodes potentially transitioning to a part-time role after SummerSlam and Sami Zayn settling into a mid-card mentorship position. There's a void at the top. Rollins, with his in-ring brilliance and fanbase, is perfectly suited to fill it. His history as a dependable cornerstone, from his days in the Shield to carrying Raw during turbulent times, makes him a natural fit. A babyface turn also opens the door to compelling feuds. A showdown with Damian Priest, the current World Heavyweight Champion, would be electric, especially since Rollins never fully avenged his title loss. A renewed rivalry with Gunther could produce matches for the ages, pitting Rollins' resilience against the ring general's dominance. Even a clash with Braun Breaker, whose aggression contrasts with Rollins' savvy, could spark magic. More than anything, a babyface Rollins offers fans a redemption story they crave. This isn't about erasing his past as a cunning opportunist but confronting it head-on. Imagine the scene on Raw. Rollins enters to his familiar theme, but there's no theatrics, no flamboyant sunglasses, no cackling laugh, just a man with a microphone. "I lost," he says, "but I didn't cheat. I could've. I've done it before, hell. I've built a career on it, but not this time. Not when it mattered. Not when I had a choice." He pauses, scanning the crowd. "I don't know if that makes me a hero. I'm not even sure I care, but I know one thing. If I go down from here, it's on my terms." With those words, a slow-burn transformation begins, not a flashy turn, but an evolution rooted in authenticity. Insiders suggest this shift is already underway. Rollins has reportedly been working with producers to craft promos with more heart and less arrogance. He's been mentoring younger talent and appearing at live events for unannounced dark matches, a sign of commitment. His merchandise line, Seth freakin' Rollins, has plateaued, but a new Reclaim, Rebirth teaser shirt set to drop before SummerSlam could signal the start of this new arc. However, there are risks. Rollins' edge, his flamboyance and unpredictability, defines him. A poorly executed turn could dilute that. Done right, though, it's not about softening him but giving him purpose. Like Shawn Michaels in 2002 or CM Punk in 2011, a babyface Rollins could draw on real-life struggles, knee injuries, balancing fatherhood and fame, the pressure of being the guy, to create emotionally resonant storytelling. The possibilities for Rollins are vast. A Mind Games feud with Karrion Kross, who might try to pull him back into darkness, could be gripping. A tag team arc with Kevin Owens, reigniting their complex dynamic of respect and distrust, would captivate. There's even potential for a Survivor Series storyline where Rollins, as a reluctant leader, assembles a team of underdogs to face a dominant heel faction. Triple H's faith in Rollins is evident, and at 38, with more miles behind him than ahead, this could be his defining chapter. Backlash was just the spark. Under Triple H's guidance, Seth Rollins' redemption arc could become one of WWE's most unforgettable stories, cementing his legacy among the all-time greats. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the official WWE YouTube channel for more updates.